Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Yeah, man, I learned a lot from Chico, man. I'm early in my bid. So I learned a lot, man, from Chico. Like I say, don't judge a book by its cover, man. Chico was in the mix, man. Chico, you know, he was a fiend, man. He was a dope fiend. You know, he liked to, you know, not just get the dope, he, you know, shoot the stuff up. And but he get it. You know what I'm saying? He had to connect. He had to connect to get it. So a lot of dudes in there, you know, mess with that dope, man, and that's like the high commodity in there. So being the Chico get that, you know, he got a lot of dudes that you know, pull up on him, or a lot of dudes that'll hold him down, you know, meaning that if he got beef, they gonna take up the beef because, you know, they get the benefits from that. So being that they get the benefits from that, they gonna always have his back, which allowed Chico to be popping off at the mouth and acting the way he act. That's why they always came to his aid every time he was drunk or something, or getting crazy. Or that was the reason why he could talk to people the way he do, being as small and frail as he was, because, man, dudes could snap, Chico neck, man, like a toothpick. That's how little he was, you know. But at the same time, I was learning, I was understanding them. When I found out what he do and how he do it and how he move, then like I say, when dudes is doing that in there, man, they always gonna have some, you know, some head busters around them. So I learned that, but I also learned, I used to see him hanging around a whole lot with Tarzan, man. And when I see Tarzan hanging around with him, Tarzan would always be running errands for him, going into the microwave, fixing food, going get hot water, taking them coffee. You know what I'm saying? You know, coffee, like I told you, coffee is, man, coffee like huge in prison, man. Coffee like the next thing to dope in prison, man. Dudes love that coffee, man. I'm telling you, man, they took the cigarettes away. If they would have took the coffee away, I think dudes would have responded more riot worthy than they did when they took the cigarettes. That's just how many more people use coffee than cigarettes. Coffee is a big commodity in prison, man. Dudes go to commissary, man, and buy 20, 30 bags of coffee. You got some dudes go to commissary, they spend their whole check on coffee. Just coffee, because they drink coffee all day long. And coffee is very addictive, man. No matter, you know, what people tell you, coffee is very addictive. I used to drink coffee one time every day. Every day, at least about 1 or 2 cups a day, but I never was out there with the coffee, you know. Like my cell partner was a coffee monster, Keith. He traded everything for coffee, man. Food, commissary, whatever he got, he'd trade it for coffee because he was just on it like that. He had to have it all day. When he don't get it, he get headaches and he get in a depressed state of mind and everything, man. So coffee is a big commodity in there, man. So he used to be running back and forth, getting the man coffee. And I was like, hey, man, he like a butler. You know what I'm saying? But I was wondering why. Now, I heard, I can't confirm, I don't know, but they say, you know, every now and then, you know, Tarzan like to indulge, you know, get high himself. So Chico probably was looking out for him. But I had no idea how deep the situation went. You know what I'm saying? I had no clue, man. It just blew my mind, you know, at the time. And, you know, because I'm in the power with both of them. So I see everything going on. And then, like I said, I can remember, man, just seeing him, if he won't working out, if he won't doing all the foolishness he be doing, running around doing all this crazy stuff, you know, looking like a Rambo or something. That's what they should have called him, Rambo, which they had another dude in there named Rambo. He was crazy too, had all this stuff wrapped all around his head and did all that. Rambo was crazy. He was basically just like Tarzan, just probably a little bit more bigger. But I can remember, man, seeing him do all this stuff with Chico, and then he always sitting around talking to Chico. Chico always talking to him. So, man, Chico stayed, like I say, on his routine, getting drunk, doing what he do. I think Chico worked also in the tailor shop. Yeah, Mecklenburg, I think, had the tailor shop. And what I mean by the tailor shop is they had the like on different camps, they got different enterprises. The enterprise they had on Greensville, I think Greensville had the shoe shop, or either the leather shop. Nottoway had one to the wood shop. Nottoway had the wood shop. Mecklenburg had the tailor shop. Okay, the wood shop, they made all the chairs, the tables, all the stuff like this for the institution, as well as they sold some of that stuff to colleges and all of it. They made all the tables, the desks and chairs and all of that stuff. Dudes working slave wages, you know what I'm saying? You get paid more if you get to work in the enterprise than you do on the compound, though. You might get $1.25, $1.30, or something like that working in there, which in prison was good money because you getting way more money than you would anywhere else on any other job, you know, on the compound. Like I say, you can make a couple of $100 at the most per month, which I know it seems like, you know, little pennies out here, but in penitentiary, that money goes a long way. You making the best money you can make while incarcerated. So I know they had that, like I say, they had the, Nottoway had the wood shop. I know that for a fact. I think Greensville had the leather shop where they made the shoes, and Mecklenburg had the tailor shop. They made all the t-shirts and the underwear for the penitentiary. All over the penitentiary. Wherever all the state underwear and the state t-shirts we got was made there. So I think Chico also worked in the tailor shop. So when they work, man, they go to work like a regular job. They work 8 hours, 9 hours a day. So they go to work, you know what I'm saying, in there. And I think he had a job in there as well. So he'd be gone most of the day. So when he came back later on in the evening, like I say, he'd be chilling out, drinking coffee, doing what he doing, fixing some food or whatever. And here go Tarzan being this little errand boy, running back and forth, doing all the stuff for him. So I'm like, man, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? I don't wonder why Tarzan was doing all of this. But like I said, I'm not knowing. I'm green. I don't even know the whole dynamics of what's going on. So Chico keep on going on like he be doing, you know, getting drunk. I talk to him every now and then because, like I say, at the time I was drinking. You know what I'm saying? So every now and then, if they got that good wine or that good liquor or something, he'll come out and, man, yo, Bank, man, you want some of this? You want some of this? You know, I got some good stuff down here, man. Come on, get some of this. Come on, son. You know, you welcome, son. I got you, son. You know what I'm saying? So he give me something to drink, man. We chop it up, laugh, you know, tell a few jokes, do what we do. We just in the penitentiary just trying to kill time. So, like I told you, though, he like to get pissy drunk, man. Pissy drunk, where he just like, oh, man, yeah, what's up, son? You know, yeah, man, I'm Brooklyn. I remember to be back in Brooklyn, man. You know, F this penitentiary stuff, man, you know. And he just be on and on, stumbling, falling. But he always had his little goons around him, you know, 2 or 3 dudes, man, that hold him down because, like I say, now, you know, he the money man. Now I know he get the money and he, you know, he supply the highs, so them dudes gonna always look out for him. So, man, I can remember, man, being in my cell one day, man, just chilling, minding my business, man, and I'm sitting up in this joint, and I'm watching TV. So he come down to my cell, man, he got a cup in his hand, he drunk as a skunk. And he like, yo, baby, man, let me holler at you. Let me holler at you. I said, what's up, man? He said, yeah, man, and he looking around like he all paranoid and everything. And, you know, I had my cell set up whereas to when you walk in, all Mecklenburg cells was single cells. So I had my cell, man, my cell was immaculate, you know, for the penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? I got my desk up there, I got all my stuff set up, my little pictures, my cosmetics, you know, my shoes over here, you know, everything was all nice and neat. So when you come to my cell, you could basically eyeball and see the whole cell. So he said, man, I need some grease, man. I said, some what? He said, man, I need some grease, man. I said, what you doing, man? What you gonna make some tattoo, ink? Because what they do, they'll use tattoo ink and burn it. Somehow they burn it. Man, dudes in penitentiary, I'm telling you, they come up with all types of stuff. They'll take grease and burn grease some type of way, and they use something to catch all of the smoke that's coming up, which turns into soot, and they scrape all of that off. They mix it up with some other stuff, and they make tattoo ink. This is how they make the ink, you know what I'm saying, to get tattoos or whatnot. I ain't know nothing about that, you know what I'm saying. I'm learning all about that stuff, but that's the type of stuff they do to make ink. So I thought that's what he wanted it for. So I was like, what, you get a tattoo or something? He was like, no, man, nah. I said, well, what's up? I mean, I ain't, you know what? He said, I'm gonna get the grease back. I ain't gonna use it all. I just need some of it, man. Just let me get the grease. I give it back. So I know the only reason he asked because he come to myself before he can eyeball it. He see it right there. Dudes know what you got there. Come, do you got? You know I got because you can see it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, all right, well, what's up? So I give him the joint. He said, man, don't say nothing. I said, what's up? He said, I'm getting ready to F Tarzan. I say, what? What? He said, yeah, man. You know that's my boy, man. I say, what? What? And I'm looking at Tarzan and I'm looking at him and I'm like, man, cut it out, man. I'm thinking he drunk and he just talking trash. I'm like, man, come on, Chico, man. Come on, man. You know you can't be saying that type of stuff, man. You know, people get killed by saying that type of stuff. He said, man, I ain't lying, man. I ain't lying. That's my boy, man. I mean, you ain't know. I said, nah, I ain't know nothing like that. I ain't know. He was like, that my boy. He's basically saying Tarzan is his girl. So then my mind is reeling, and I'm saying, all these urns, I see Tarzan running for him. I see Tarzan always catering to him. I see him yell sometime at Tarzan, and Tarzan don't buck up or nothing. He said, and come, I'm like, that's peculiar. You know what I'm saying? So in my mind now, I'm starting to think, man, where am I at, man? What is going on up in here? So I'm like, man, you serious? He said, hey, man, don't say nothing, though, man. Don't say nothing. He said, yeah, I'll bring the grease back, man. If I use too much, man, I'll buy you another one. So I'm like, man, what in the world is going on up in here? So he roll out. So I'm not even gonna tell you no lie. I'm curious now. So I'm like, man, what? I come out, I'm leaning on the rail. I'm just chilling, just watching the block or whatnot, seeing what's going on. I see him go in his cell, and I'm just waiting and I'm looking and I see Tarzan sitting out there in the day room watching TV and everything. And then the next thing you know, about 5-10 minutes, I heard him say, hey, Top, and he looked back and he said, all right. So boom, I wait. He sit down there. He just keep watching TV for about 5 more minutes. He get up. He go to the joint. He go upstairs. He go in his cell. He stay in his cell about 5 minutes. And he come out. Then he walk back down there. He go down to Chico's cell. So I'm acting like I'm watching the block, but I'm watching them. I can see everything going on. So I'm like, man, what in the Jesus? What is Jesus? Man, I'm looking, I'm like, boom. So he go down there, he talking to him at the door, but he leaning on the door. So all the time, he just keep looking around, because you don't supposed to really go inside nobody else's cell. So he looking around. Then the next thing you know, man, I look, he done slid up in the cell, right? But he trying to make sure don't nobody see him. So he slides on up in the cell. So when he slide up in the cell, I'm like, man, what in the world? And now I'm going to tell you the truth. Now, in my mind, I'm thinking maybe Chico drunk, and I'm just looking at the dynamics because, like I said, I'm green. I don't know a lot. I know Tarzan running around here doing all this He-Man stuff and lifting weights and climbing up on stuff and working out and fighting people and everything. I'm thinking in my mind, man, Tarzan might be doing it to you in there and you trying to throw me off. That's the first thing that came to my mind. But I was like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm looking and I see him slide in there. Wait about 5 minutes. So you got to come out and get your door closed. You come out and wave your hand like telling people, close your door. So Tarzan went in the cell there and hid. So when the people go to close the door, when they look, they'll see he in there himself trying to get his door closed and they ain't going to pay it no mind. But Tarzan in there, I know he in there because I seen him go up in there. So he come out, wave, get his door closed. And when his door closed, he put the curtain up. So once the curtain is up, now, the people would assume you using the bathroom, you taking care of your business, doing whatever, so don't nobody bother you. But he locked in the man's cell with the door covered up. And, man, I'm saying to myself, man, this is crazy, man. I just can't believe this. This is some out of the, it just threw me off. Because I'm like, man, what in the world? But in my mind, like I said, I'm thinking, is he lying? Is he, gay himself and he in there got, what I'm saying, Tarzan doing something to him or what? But the way he explained it was Tarzan was his girl. So I'm like, man, ain't this a blip? So showing up, I'm just sitting out there, I'm waiting, I'm chilling. And man, they stay at that cell, man, about 45 minutes to an hour, man. He get the door open. And then when he get the door open, he just pile in, he just chilling and act like his door open. He walk up there, get a cup of coffee, and while he get a cup of coffee, everybody paying attention to him. Here come Tarzan sliding out the cell and just act like he walking there in the block or something. And I'm saying to myself, man, you freak nasty. Man, what in the world? That junk blew my mind because like I told y'all, I'm early in my bit. I ain't seen all of this type of stuff yet. All this stuff is new to me, And man, that joke just blew my mind because I'm looking at this dude, man, working out, fighting people, talking trash, always barking and yelling. And when somebody oppose him or something, and all the time, man, you down here, freak nasty, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, Lord have mercy. So he go on about his business or whatever, man. I go in my cell, man. I'm in that joint. I'm like, man, this crazy, man. And here come old Chico. Little lady, he come up there, bring me the grease bag. He all drunk and laughing, talking something. I told you. Shh, don't say nothing. He said, that's my girl, man. I say, Chico, man, that's crazy, man. He said, man, you ain't know that. Come on, son, you ain't know that. I said, no, man, I ain't know nothing about that, bro. I ain't know nothing about that. I said, man, I'm still kind of like, you know what I'm saying? He said, you don't believe me? You don't believe? I said, I don't know what to believe, bro. I said, I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I don't know what to believe. He said, oh, shh, I'll show you. I'll show you, because he's drunk. He's still drunk. I said, what you mean, show me? How you gonna show me? I don't want to see. He said, no, I'll call him up here. He know what time it is. Hey, Dawes, come here. Man, get you up here. So I'm like, and somebody else say that to Charles to talk to him like that, he a buck. What? Who you talking to? Boom. He said, all right, hold on. Chico, so he come up there, right? Because I told you, in my mind, I'm still thinking, I don't know what happened behind closed doors. I don't know who doing what. So I'm looking at him and looking at Tarzan. I'm like, this don't add up. So, sure enough, Tarzan come up to the cell. So when he get up to the cell, Chico tell me some, Tell them why I need the grease. So Tarzan look at him like, come on, let's go, man. You drunk, man. He said, man, get your hand off me, B. Call him a B. Right? He say, you better tell him. You better tell him, B. Tell him. He said, tell him what? He said, tell him. He said, ain't you my B? And Tarzan said, man, you drunk, man. Come on, man. He say, is you my B? And man, Tarzan say, yeah, man, yeah. Now let's go to the cell. He said, I told you, man. I told you. He said, yeah, go ahead. Go on down there. I'm coming. So Tarzan walk all off looking dejected, rejected. And I'm looking at him like, yeah, bro, I ain't gonna never ever look at you the same. Yeah, that's dead. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. All that gorilla, yeah, that's dead. I ain't gonna never look at you the same. That joint was embedded in my brain. Now I'm like, man, what in the world? Because like I say, it's new to me. So I'm like, this cat right here. So I just, like I say, when you first started paying attention, you learn all this stuff, man, and then you started to look at things different the way that you used to look at it. And it just let me know right then and there, what you see ain't what you see. What you think ain't what you think. You see what I'm saying? Tarzan was Tarzan in the daytime and Jane behind doors. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, he was Tarzan in the day, Jane at night. I said, man, this is unbelievable. But it was real. So then he gave me the grease, and man, I said, man, keep the grease, man. I don't need it. What y'all doing with it? I don't need it. I'll buy you another one when commissary, man. I got you. I got something good, bro. I'm good. It ain't nothing about $2. I'm good. So he was like, yeah, man, don't tell nobody. Yeah, that's my girl, man. That's my girl. I'm like, man, this is off the chain. So they roll out. And the crazy part about it is now, in retrospect, you know, that, like they say, hindsight is 20/20. You can see it now. You see what I'm saying? I couldn't see it at first because my mind won't open to it. You know what I'm saying? But once my mind got open to it, I could see it. You know, I could see how he boss him around. I could see how he run errands for him. I could see how he always at his beck and call. I could see like if somebody, you know, really like buck up or say something to Chico, he the first one on deck. You know, like, man, look, yeah, leave him alone. He all right, woo. You know what I'm saying? I can see it. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't see he was the girl part in the whole equation. But that's just the way it was, man. It was crazy to me, man. It was just, it was eye-opening, to say the least. You know, and, man, I never looked at Tarzan the same. Never looked at him the same. I never said nothing because it ain't my business. I ain't no rumor spreader in prison, woo. I ain't going around talking, la. But I never looked at him the same. Every time I used to see him out there working out, doing all this, I used to be saying in my mind, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. You know what I'm saying? Because I just had that image of you sliding up out that cell, you know, and this dude telling you in front of me what you need the grease for, what he needed. You know, yeah, I never forget that. You know what I'm saying? But it was a crazy joint. It was an eye-opener, man. It was a learning experience, man, for me moving forward. And they stayed in the block with me for a while, man. And that was the dynamic, man. Chico, you know, getting drunk, you know, then, you know, hanging out with him, going in the cell, getting the door closed. You know, it was a regular routine that they was doing. You know, and like I said, when Chico get high and drunk, man, I don't even know how he won't ever go into jail, man. Probably because he been on the compound so long, the COs know him so well, they just always let him go in his cell, man, and sleep it off. But they know when that man be drunk and high, man, because he be so loud, so belligerent, and he the littlest dude in the block. Littlest dude in the block by far, and the loudest dude in the block. And he was getting away with all of that stuff, man. I ain't never known nothing about him or heard nothing about him chopping nobody up or putting that Bethlehem in nobody or nothing like that. But you know, you ain't, for some dudes, if you get that sack in, you get them drugs in, you know, you gonna get that respect anyway, because don't nobody want nobody to do nothing to you, and don't nobody want to see you get locked up, don't nobody want to see you get hurt, because dudes want to get high on the compound more than they want to do anything else besides go home. You know what I'm saying? Besides going home, getting high for dudes who get high is the number one priority. You know what I'm saying? Or number two behind going home, because the only reason they want to go home, they can get higher. You know what I'm saying? Higher. So dudes, you know, like that, man, they be able to get away with a lot more stuff than most people, man. And people gonna always come to their aid because of the simple fact that they want to keep that junk going on in there, and you can't really get drugs in there on a regular basis or you know, often, unless somebody got to connect. Obviously, he had to connect. Who his connect was, only he knew. But he had to connect, man, where he can get on. And yeah, that paid off for him, man. That paid off for him. Because I do remember years later seeing him, man. I think I seen him on, I want to say Greensville or either Nottoway. It was one of the two. And, man, he was looking real bad, man. He was looking real bad, man. I felt sad for him, man, because the simple fact that I had knew him from back then. But like I already told you, he was already little, man, like 125, 130. When I seen him, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, man, he looked like he weighed about 90 pounds, man. He was real frail. He was sick. He was telling me he was just coming out of the hospital from having operations. He was saying that he had cancer. I wasn't sure if he had cancer or not. That's what he said. I don't know. Don't want to speculate. I do know he was real sick and he was real bad off, man. I don't know what eventually happened to him, because he didn't even stay in the block that he was in with me for long. After he got out of the hospital, they put him in my block. And I seen him and everything. I remember giving him some food and everything. He ain't had the money like he used to have. He ain't had all these goons around him like he used to have. Now he just a little frail Puerto Rican dude in the penitentiary with all the wolves. And people don't know about him. These young dudes, they don't know nothing about you. They don't know nothing about your reputation. They don't know nothing about your past. All they know is you just a little frail Puerto Rican dude in the penitentiary. So you bark and get loud in there, one of them dudes gonna break your neck. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, they gonna break your neck. They ain't gonna have no love for you. They don't care nothing about you. You know, so he was jailed like in a rock and a hard place, coming out of the medical unit and coming up in there not having nothing. I remember him was hooping and hollering about getting the police to get his property. He ain't got no property. He ain't got his sheets. He ain't got his pillowcase or whatever. And I remember trying to talk off for him and let the police know, because he was so sick and weakly, man. He could barely even get, you know, to the booth. Walk to the booth. You know what I'm saying? All this energy came out his mouth. Man, y'all better get my stuff, man. I'm for real, son. I mean, I'm playing, man. Y'all need to get. I don't got nothing in that cell. I ain't going in that cell till y'all get my stuff. And these police looking at him like, bro, if you don't get your little frail butt in that cell, man, we gonna put you in that cell. You know, it don't take nothing but just lift your little butt up and take you in the cell. But he's still talking from his reputation. He's still talking from his past. But he ain't even built like that no more, and he don't even have them goons around him no more. You see what I'm saying? So it was a whole different dynamic, and he won't seeing that. And I was just trying to help him, man, just on the strength that I knew him. And I used to be telling him, come on, Chico, man, I'm going to tell the people, I'm going to talk to the people, try to get your stuff. Because his seller was a young dude, and his seller ain't care nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? And I was telling his seller, I said, man, old dude been locked up a long time, man, for real. Blah, 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 you know what I'm saying? Dude's normal, whatever, try to look out for him. His seller was like, man, he coming up in here with all that noise, man. I ain't got nothing to do with what he doing, you know? So they, like I told you, ain't no love in the penitentiary. Straight up, you know what I'm saying? It's some camaraderie with dudes that did real time together and been in the trenches together, you know, but it ain't no love in the penitentiary, man. And you cannot depend on anybody, for real. You know what I'm saying? You can't depend on anybody. And then there was another dude in the block that knew him too, that had been there a while. He was trying to help him as well. But he ain't even stay in the block long, man. He probably stayed in the block, man, maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks or something. And he got real sick, and they came and got him and moved him out, took him back to medical. I ain't never see him no more. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he, you know, survived or whatever. I heard later on somebody say he had passed away. I don't know for sure, so I really can't confirm. Never knew what happened to Tarzan. Once I left Mecklenburg, I never saw him again. So I never knew what happened to him. But I know, man, Chico taught me a whole lot, man. Chico opened my eyes to a whole lot of things that I knew nothing about, man, because I did not see that coming. You know what I'm saying? I did not see that coming from a mile away. That joint was like a hook. Bam! Just came out of nowhere, man. I couldn't duck that hook. I ain't see that. When he actually exposed that to me, man, it was just, it was eye-opening to me, man. And it was educational, you know, for me not to judge a book by its cover while I'm doing this time, because everybody not going to be what they seem. Everybody not going to be what they look like. You can't say, oh, well, he this or he that, so this, that. Nah, it ain't going to be like that. You know, you got to know who you're dealing with, and you got to know your own judgment and deal from that person from what you see and what you know to be true, not what he look like, not what you think, not what he barking out his mouth. Those are going to be all, you know, illusions, all smoke and mirrors, man, you know, most of the time. And, yeah, Tarzan was actually James, man. He was actually James, man. And but at the same time, he going to rumble with you. He gonna grab the knife if he had to. He gonna rumble with the police. But behind them closed doors, a whole different story, man, obviously. So yeah, man, I just wanted to drop that story on y'all because it was on my mind, because I was telling somebody about it recently, because it came up in conversation when somebody was asking me about tough guys, man. They turned out it was, you know, this way or that way. And I was like, oh, and it just, you know, popped in my head. That's usually how these stories come in my head, just through conversation and talking about different things, and these memories come back up in my mind, man, because like I said, I've seen so much and been around so much chaos, foolishness, and nonsense that even if you want to forget it, you can't forget it because it's in your brain. You know, so now I use these things to share with y'all, man, this learning experience. And I hope these young fellas understand this and hear this and get this message, man, because this is what's going on in the penitentiary. This and much, much, much more. Things that you're going to have to deal with whether you want to or not. Things you're going to have to be around whether you want to or not, because it ain't no escaping. Ain't no running. It ain't no hiding. It ain't no going nowhere. We all in the same community. We all in the same environment. We all in the same housing, and you can't get away from it, you know, and it's going to affect you one way or the other. So you're going to have to know how to deal with these things. You're going to have to know how to understand these things. Because it's basically like it is on the street out here now with that political correctness. If you come in the penitentiary and you see things like that and you get to run in your mouth, oh, they gay this, oh, F this and F, man, you're going to be in a world of trouble. You're going to be in a world of trouble, man. You got to let people live their own life and do what they do and just do what you do. If it don't affect you, if it don't come on your doorstep, don't even worry about it. In prison, you got to mind your business. That's the #1 rule in there, mind your own business. And #2 is handle your business. You know what I'm saying? So you got to mind your business and handle your business. But you don't get in other people's business, man. And you're going to see things in there that going to blow your mind. But hey, that's just, it is what it is, you know. And I learned that, man, early. And I'm glad I learned it early because it helped me moving forward. It helped me know how, no matter what I dislike or no matter what I felt about something, it wasn't my business, so I ain't speak on it. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, that's just a little lesson about, you know, Tarzan, man. Tarzan can sometimes be Jane, man. You never know. So, yeah, man, it was just a crazy experience for me. I just wanted to drop that knowledge on y'all. Hope y'all got something out of it, man. Like I say, in every lesson, man, there is a blessing. And the blessing is, man, I learned these things early. I learned them because it was necessary moving forward. They was necessary in the amount of time that I had to do, the places I had to go to, and to be in those environments around these type of people. I had to know that that's not my business and not my place to speak on it. You learn not to be spreading rumors. You learn not to talk about what you see. You got to see and don't see. You know, hear and don't hear. It ain't your business. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to survive in prison, man, it ain't your business. But what we trying to do is not go to prison at all. That's the key. If you stay out of prison, you ain't got to deal with none of this. If you go to prison, I guarantee you all of this will be on your plate, brother. All of it. So, you know, keep that in mind. That's the blessing, brother. You ain't got to learn these stories and these lessons from going into prison. You can learn them right here on 33 Years of Prison Stories with me, Banky Pound, man. So, you know, that's the blessing in this lesson, brother. Stay free, stay humble, and stay on your grind, man. Be safe, be smart, make good decisions out there, y'all. I'll be back with you in a minute. Y'all stay tuned for my short videos coming soon, too. And as always, never forget, boom, 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 duck that hook.
The Banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.